Hi, and welcome to this final project presentation. My name is Antoine, and I was joined by teammates Ace and Megan on development of our application titled Simply Coffee. So I'm going to start with a general overview of the project, go over some requirements, technologies, and give you a general understanding of the functionality of our application before Ace and Megan will take over and demonstrate this functionality. We were given a list of requirements for this project, and I'm happy to report that we were able to implement all of these in our final application, in addition to actually implementing an internal database. We developed this application for our final course project in web application development, and we generated this business case of a coffee shop opening on the JHU campus called Simply Coffee. And they're looking for an application that will connect customers to the store and also allow them to manage some e-commerce functions. To build this project, we use Spring Boot and Maven. This helped with our project setup and dependencies. The actual application is running Spring MVC, so using servlets communicating with JSPs on the front end that are styled with CSS and use JavaScript for some validation and other functions. The database that we implemented is an H2 in-memory database, and it interfaces with our application with Spring Data JPA, and this just allowed our database to integrate nicely with our Java application. It really speeds up the process of turning your database queries into Java objects that you can operate on. We also were able to implement SSL on the parts of the application that are required a secure connection, and the app is running on a secure port. The first type of user that can use our application is an admin, and we have an admin account preloaded in the database available for login through the admin login functionality. And once logged in, they can manage stock through an interface, and this will allow employees of Simply Coffee to update stock and ensure that the stock on the website accurately reflects what is physically available for purchase. Our customers will have access to this suite of functionalities. First of all, they'll be able to get information through the Home, About Us, and Contact Us section. Next, they'll be able to create an account and log in, and this is very important so that they can have access to the other functionality because all of that is tied to the user account. The user can browse products that are divided into 3 categories: beans, coffee, and merch, and they will be able to add products to cart in any quantity that they wish. And they can view this cart, update quantity directly in the cart view, and also remove items from the cart view. From this window too, they will be able to access checkout, and upon successful order completion, they'll get a receipt from the web page and via email. After an order is completed, it'll be available in their order history tab, and it'll include simple information such as the date of the order and the total. Now I'm going to hand off this presentation to Ace and Megan, and they are going to demonstrate this functionality.
Hi all, I just wanted to give a guided walkthrough of Simply Coffee. Let me refresh the page to begin. So as you can see, once I refresh the page, you can see that the logo and also the picture swoops in through an animation, which is nice. You can click on Discover Story, which brings you down to this section. We sell beans, coffee, and also merchandise. These buttons are also clickable and will take you to the products. You can see there's a little divider here, and also there's a little blurb about our story, and also an animation that is on loop. And there's a clickable About Us page. And if you go down to the bottom, there's 3 sections, one for About Us, one for contact details, and one for admin login. All these buttons are clickable, and they'll bring you to About Us, contact us, or login, which is all these buttons. And if you see the bottom, there's a little scroll bar that takes you to the top. So let me quickly go to About Us. So in About Us, you can see that we have a nice header. We have a little blurb about our story with, again, the same animation. And then we also have the scroll bar for images. At the moment, we only have 3, but we can always add more on a case basis. And again, we have the same footer, which brings us to the top. Let me go through Contact Us first. So in Contact Us, we have the same header. We also have this contact form where you're able to like put your full name, email, and phone number, and then we are able to get back to you. At the moment, this even though you're able to type in all these fields, the messages do go just to our standard log. In the future, we would love a way to like push these to like a database or send them to an email, so we're able to respond to you in a promptly time. And here we can see like since our flagship store is on Johns Hopkins property, we have the tag or have the pin on Johns Hopkins. This is like a real map view. And yeah, once we get more, if we open more stores, we're able to add more pins for our customers to find. Okay, let me go to products. So as I mentioned before, there's 3 products that we sell. We sell beans, coffee, and also merchandise. These, it's sorted in such a way or it's set up in such a way where you can click on all these images and enlarge them on demand. If you want to just look at, for example, the merchandise, just hover over products and click merchandise, and you're able to see the items that we have under merchandise. And again, these are clickable. And if I go to account, you can see that it's asking me to log in. Same if I go to cart. So let me just quickly log in with some credentials that I made before. And now you can see like this is our cart and this is our account. At the moment, I don't have any order history or I don't have anything on my cart, which is fine. And I already don't have access to go to the administrative login. If I wanted to go to the admin login, I'd have to log out. And you can see this option pops up again.
Now I will demonstrate how to log in as an admin. We already have the preset account for admin. We just enter email and the admin password, and we click login. And now we will redirect to our stock management page. This is the stock number for each individual items, and the number is already assigned by database. So if we want to update the number, we can just simply add more items here, for example 50 to 55, and we refresh, and now the coffee is updated. But when we find out the espresso is running low, of there's no more espressos, we can just change it to 0 and we click refresh. To verify that, we can go to products and see specifically the coffee, and when we scroll down, we will see espresso is out of stock, so user is not able to buy it. And now if we forgot to do more stock management, we can just go back to here to click manage stocks and simply just add any numbers that you want as an admin. Once you are done with the stock management, we can simply log out. After the demonstration of admin account, I will show you how to log in as a regular user. Same as the admin account, we have a preset user account from database. Let me enter email and password, and log in. We go to the product page. Today I want to buy espressos. Let's see what happens. Unfortunately, espresso is out of stock, and then we also want to see what else we can buy. And by the way, here, if you want to log in as an admin, unfortunately you cannot, because you need to log out first in order to log in back again. And then we scroll back and see, oh, I cannot buy espressos. Unfortunately, I don't want to buy anything else, and we can just simply log out. Next, if you have never used our website, I can show you how to sign up a new account for our website. For sign up, I will input my name, email. This email is a valid email, so later I will get an email confirmation. And password, and a test address, and then the credit card information. And then we click sign up. Your account will be set. So let me go to products, and we see the espresso is gone, so we are not able to do it. Instead, let me just buy 2 Americano and then 1 latte. And however, my friends told me he doesn't want latte, so let me cancel this and update, and you will see latte will be gone. Instead, he wants 1 more Americano. Let me just do 3, and then we update. We do the data validation, that is the quantity, the minimum quantity will be 0. So we are not able to do negative number on the quantity. So update, we gone away, and then we go back to the coffee and we buy 3 Americano. And then we click checkout. When we verify the information, is it correct or not, then let me go to the email. Okay, then now I'm waiting for getting my email after I get confirmed. You will get a visit page and then also email from our server, and then you can just click. This is the email visit that the user will get when they purchased. After you get everything, you can just click account, and you can also see your order history from our web page. And that will be it for our demonstration.
Hi all, after those demos, I just want to go over the challenges and lessons learned from this whole project. So one of the challenges that we faced was the back end was having to end up waiting for the front end to finish so they were able to test more effectively. So even though a few back end functionalities were tested independently of the front end, we struggled to see any media flaws when the two are being worked on at the same time. Another challenge that we had was we were working with a lot of new technologies here, so Spring, Maven, GitHub, Command, and JPA. If you weren't familiar with a bunch of these, it was just very daunting, and there was obviously a steep learning curve into when we started to develop this. So that's another point where we struggled. Another issue that we faced was that new problems were showing up after solving older problems. So since the front and back end were developed independently, we had to re-architect some components. So 1, it worked, and 2, it fit the proposal that we proposed in the beginning of this class. Another issue that we faced was a time zone. So some of the members of this team were in Pacific time, while some of them were in Eastern. Even though there's only a 3-hour time difference, given the fact that we had scheduling conflicts, like we couldn't really work during the weekday or like really in the morning. there was just a very limited time for us to like meet and like work on this project. There was also some communication issues. So we communicated mostly on the Discord, and we also had weekly meetings. But sometimes this led to miscommunications on how features were meant to be implemented. And we also realized that some of us were working at a different knowledge level. So with this being a new technology, like a few of us had more understanding of the technologies than others, so we would always go to that one person. And this would always like lead to a bottleneck if we needed that person's help. Another issue that we saw in the end was like if there were hardware issues, if your computer did not have enough resources to spin up the application, your application running on your local machine was very, very slow. A list of potential features that we could have implemented if we were to pursue this project further. So there's 3 areas where we could have implemented where it really would have made a difference in like our application. So the first part would be the admin console or the admin page. So in the admin page at the moment, we only have the ability to change stock. We can also include that to include discounts on items and also change the price. So we actually had a column in the products database for a discount, but we just did not get a chance to implement that. So in the user checkout procedure, there's several things that we could have implemented, but here's a few things that like really would have stood out. So we could have had a coupon code. So if there was a promotion going on the site, user could enter that coupon code and they were able to get that % off or like that drink off in their cart if it's valid. And then also for the delivery options and also the shipping. At the moment, we just had trust in the user that they would input a valid shipping and delivery address. However, that might not always be the case. There might be a typo. So we can always implement something that checks the address to make sure it's a real address. And then also in the checkout, we did not include taxes, but we can include this in the future. And then if this were to be a real like a real site, we would have to include some payment processing. So another area that we could have improved is like just miscellaneous thing. So we could have had a guest checkout option where like user did not have to create an account to log in. They can just use our guest feature. We can have had a custom 404 page where a user, if they went to like a bad page, they would get an error. And that would like tell them what went wrong, and also that they can go back to the home page from that. And then we can also implement that contact email page where like users can send like any like questions or concerns like to our support staff, and they would be able to like take those and reply back in a timely manner. And with that, thank you so much for listening to our presentation and watching our demos.